So I think it's a mistake sometimes to divide all of these problems geographically, because in some ways, they're all interrelated in key ways. Yes, these individual states all have different ambitions, but they share a common goal. And the common goal is a world friendlier and better for them and their interests, and a world in which America is weakened and less able to act. And all of these crises begin to interlock in a way that help them. For example, the Chinese and the Russians are probably see great benefit. No, not probably. They do see great benefit what's happening in the Middle East, because they figure every dollar and every second of our attention that's paid there is we're not paying to what's happening with Ukraine, and we're not paying to the Indo-Pacific. The Chinese see great benefit in Ukraine as well, because they view it as the more time and money we spend there, the less time and money and focus we have on them. In fact, one of the things I know the Chinese hope for is one of two things. A, we deplete ourselves in Ukraine or the Middle East, particularly Ukraine. Or B, we cut and run, and then they can go around the world, see, I told you America's weak. I told you America's unreliable. They have a plan for either outcome, which makes it challenging for us as we decide what to do here. So these things all come together, and I think that's really the overarching threats that we face, is an understanding that none of these should be viewed in isolation. The goals that Russia has, the goal that Iran has, the goal that North Korea has, the role that the Chinese have, may be different goals. But one of the real developments that threaten the security of our country is that they are increasingly partnering with one another. Not a NATO alliance, not the sort of formal alliance that's written out, but they are increasingly partnering with each other on selected topics and at selected opportunities, because they all share one goal, and that is they want to weaken America, weaken our alliances, weaken our standing and our capability and our will, because it helps them to achieve the world as they envision it, the world that they want. But it comes at our expense and at the expense of all that's been built over the last 20 or 30 years. So I think that one of the greatest dangers we face is the inability to see how all these things are interconnected.